sun, the fields are alive. Cheering crowds and the teams collide. In these moments, we stand tall and free. First pride runs deep in me. With every touchdown, we rise and we cheer. Unity and spirit, the heart of the year. Raise your voices, let's make it loud. In Florida's high schools, we're so damn proud. From the bleachers to the end zone to go, football and cheers make our spirits roll. Girls in the game, they're fierce and bright. Flag in hand, they give it their might. From every town they bring their dreams. On this field of gold, nothing's as it seems. Together we shine, together we play. In Florida's heart, we own this day. Raise your voices, let's make it loud. In Florida's high schools, we're so damn proud. From the bleachers to the end zones go, football and cheers make our spirits grow. So here's to the game, we'll rise and stand. In Florida's field, we're a united band.
All right, it is 9:45 Eastern Time. It is time for the final show of the night, as it is Happy Reptile Awareness Day. We'll have to bring back something, that we used to do years ago. You did it when you had the Texas site, and I did it a little bit, but we'll have to bring back the countdown. And all right, we have this many days left until for the season,
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, welcome to the Tampa Bay Edition of the Blitz. I'm Josh Wilson. That's Christopher Like there on the other side here. If you like what we're doing here, come support us. We super stickers, super likes. We also have you hit subscribe on Florida HS Football on YouTube and hit that like. Who's on the show tonight? Is it the Lakeland coach?
We talked about it.
We talked about it. The problem is I don't have Coach Frazier's current number, and I don't have any other way of getting a hold of him. So until somebody gets me a correct cell phone number for Coach, I don't. And I know Coach is not really on social media, so I'm doing the best I can here. But if somebody can get me a good cell phone number for Coach, that'd be great. So I'm trying, but we may not get. That's it. I can't. I'm done. Good night. I can't. Good night.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all are killing me. Y'all are killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. Y'all are killing me.
Oh.
Anyways, let's get into our Blitz lines here as we get going here on the show here. Let's recap and look back on week number 9 here as we get ready for week 10 here. And then we're going to have head coach Nick Carroll from Zephyrhills joining us. Zephyrhills, one of the few remaining undefeated teams left here in the Sunshine State. And they got a big win over South Sumter. That's actually was one of the games that we had on our picks that was actually on the North Central Florida picks last week. But we'll talk about it here. A big win, 20-14 over South Sumter. A good South Sumter team, by the way. And Zephyrhills rolling along there. And, again, they've got a really good quarterback as well. And we'll talk more about that with Coach as we get ready for the interview coming up here in about less than 10 minutes here. But, Chris, I mean, man, Tampa's like South Florida in a lot of ways. A lot of good games, a lot of great teams.
Yeah, a lot of great teams. And it's a hodgepodge of who's hot, who's cold.
I mean, that's what we're seeing here, and that's what's happening. And Mark Cannon, I'm sorry about your Sarasota Sailors against Winter Haven last week. But Winter Haven, they take care of business against Sarasota. They are one step closer to a district title. They got that game this week that they will play for the district title. They're 6-2. Winter Haven could easily end up being a 7-3 or 8-2 team here when it's all said and done. Head coach Carl White doing a really good job of getting the Blue Devils back on track. And Mark Gadd is like, who, what? By the way, this one kind of stunned me here on this one. Lando Lakes and Nature Coast. When I saw that, I was like, well, that one deserves for our picks. That one kind of messed up my night there on the picks here. But Lando Lakes takes care of business, and hats off to the Gators and head coach Dan Goodspeed over there at Lando Lakes. And Lando Lakes sitting there with the 8 seed this week, according to the FHA power rankings, and they have a chance to make things interesting in that Class 6A Region 3 bracket. Looking at that one, American Heritage Delray Beach, they took their second loss. Lakeland Christian took care of business. Yeah, we kind of messed up that pick too there, Chris. And boy,
oh Lord,
yeah. Eastlake, they suffered a setback against Clearwater. Clearwater, they're looking mighty good here, getting the juices rolling, and they take care of business. And then Alonzo, where did Alonzo come from? But you know what? Hats off to the Ravens there. This is against Plant City, and that's kept them one step closer to being fully locked in the playoffs. Plant City, they need some help now to be they're going to need some help potentially if depending on how the last 2 weeks shape out.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago we had Plant City in the playoff.
I mean, they're still right now in terms of the rankings, they're still in it, but again, we have seen crazy things happen in the final 2 weeks of the season. Well, final 3 weeks of the season. Because again, week 9, once again, turned out to be wacky.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you look at these games and it's what happened to Seminole?
You talk about, you talk about the games here that, we're talking about that, and then, Seminole and Central Florida. We'll talk more about that tomorrow night, but there's that. There's just a lot going on, in the Tampa Bay region alone. And then you see St. Pete Catholic, they take care of business, just basically destroyed Out-of-Door, who was 7-1, now 7-2 on the season. St. Pete Catholic's 8-0, and they got South Sumter Christian, who is another 7-win team already this season, in the SSA side. But St. Pete Catholic just demolishing opponents. This St. Pete Catholic team is not like a St. Pete Catholic team we have seen over the years, even going back to the days of when it was Bishop Barry. So, I mean, yes, I'm dropping gold nuggets here of names, former names of schools here. St. Pete Catholic, the former Bishop Barry, there's a lot there. I mean, but the Barons are just really, they're playing some lights out, and we had head coach Jesse Ginchar on last week, and they're just rolling down there. And but my biggest question is their strength, their SOS. That's where that might be there may be a couple of questions, but I just don't. I'm not saying St. Pete Catholic is not good. They're good. I mean, they're playing lights out football. It's just we'll have to see. We'll have to see how far this gets them in the playoffs. Obviously, they're the Class 1A Region 3 bracket, Chris. It's just that's Class 1A is an abomination of this whole entire classification system. It's a total abomination. Why? Here you go. Here, case point example number one. Why the FHA needs to shrink the number of classifications. Class 1A is a good example of it.
Oh yeah, you got all these 2-team districts. You got these 3-team districts. It sucks the life out of everything, and
there's 9 teams.
You don't even in some cases you don't even have to win a freaking game to make the playoff. So I mean, and there's only 9 teams in that region. 8 get to go. So I mean that's where we're standing at. And I digress. On that because honestly, we're
we're going to find out in about less than 2 weeks which way this FHA board of directors is going to go, because it's going to be on the agenda. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, if there's coaches listening right now, if hey, Monday, November 3rd, 9:00, FHA Robert W. Hughes building in Gainesville. I'll even give you the address, 1801 Northwest 80th Boulevard. Oh, I know that address. Hey, I'm about 10, 15 minutes away from the front, so. Oh, trust me. I've seen more inside that building than a lot of people have, and trust me, there's some decisions that I wish that.
Even looking at the live feed, sometimes I cringe.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is it for the Blitz Lines here. We're going to take a quick break here, then we're going to come back and we're going to have our interview with head coach Nick Carroll of those Zephyrhills Bulldogs. We'll be right back here on the Tampa Bay edition of the Blitz here on FloydHSFootball.com and the Floyd HS Football social media handles. We'll be right back right after this.
I've been thinking about this for a long time. I thought, if that's out there, I want to make sure I see it and I get involved in it, because to me, this was music to my ears. I was blown away. When you look at today's kid, the millennium kid, they learn by being able to see it. If I can see it, there's a great chance that I can do it. The First Down Playbook is a tool that can essentially change the way we teach the game.
Box Out gives you the ability to create graphics at the speed of sports to highlight your athletic department, teams, and student athletes in seconds. Used and trusted by Notre Dame, Ohio State, UConn, Marquette, Georgetown, and many more of the top college brands in the country. If you want your school's brand to stand out through all the clutter, start your free demo at boxoutsports.com.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with a free ScoreStream mobile app. Download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Get ready for the 2026 Coach of the Year Clinics. This February and March, see top collegiate coaches, learn from the best, and take your program to the next level. Don't miss America's most respected coaching clinics.
All right, welcome back here to the Tampa Bay edition of the Blitz here as we roll into the interview portion, and we have got the head coach of the undefeated Zephyrhills Bulldogs joining us here. That is head coach Nick Carroll. Coach, appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule here, and boy, your team is just on a roll here. And first, I gotta say, impressive so far through 8 games in the season here. Y'all are vying for a district championship this coming week against Fivay. Just talk about from when y'all came into the season. Did you think your program would be here at this particular point, 8-0 here, coming into week 10 and play with the district title basically on the line?
We thought if we could continue to grow and mold our team into where we are right now, and upperclassmen and the seniors that we have on our team, we were, obviously we were hoping that we could be in the position we are in right now.
No, I mean, that is absolutely good. And I really want to get into it because y'all have got a quarterback, Patrick Harding, who has really, has shined, has gotten a lot of props so far this year. Probably not enough props considering, over 1,300 yards passing, 18 touchdowns. And, and then you got guys like Roe Miller, and then you got 3 guys that are, at least over 300 yards receiving, one almost close to 500 yards receiving. I mean, your offense has just been generating output this year. So talk about these guys and, how valuable they've been for y'all so far through the first 8 games.
Yeah, we got the addition of Patrick Harding in June, and we went right to work. And 7-on-7. I know there's some coaches that, say that 7-on-7 is not real football, but I truly believe that in playing 7-on-7, it creates a lot of chemistry amongst our receivers. And we went to work right away, and we had some double days in the summertime and went to some tournaments and found what we were good at and what we got to improve on. And, the guys like Sinai Black, Ro Miller, Kingston McCullough, Diari Pope, Julius Denson, Jarvis Warren, and Quentin Single, like those guys have all had their chances in touching the football. And I think it's huge going into playoffs because in regards to, not just one guy catching the ball, and they all deserve a chance to get their time and make plays as well. So we do a really good job of trying to spread the ball around so all those kids get an opportunity.
Defensively, you guys have been lights out this year. Talk about the difference between this year and last year defensively, and what changed over the last few months.
Yeah, our weight program in the off season is very important, and I was able to get a really good friend of mine, one of my best friends, Matt Smith. Him and I worked together at Sun Lake High School from when we started the program in 2007, and I was there for 9 years. It was me, Bill Browning, Trey Burdick, and a couple other guys, and then Matt Smith was the DC. And I learned a lot from him, and I finally got him to come over here, and he's done a really good job.
No, absolutely. Before we talk more about the defensive sets, you mentioned Bill Browning, and he's one of those legends there in Pasco County. I mean, you just what is when you look at Pasco County and all and everything that encompasses, I don't think sometimes y'all get enough credit there in Pasco County for what y'all do. Y'all are north of obviously Tampa. Sometimes people forget about y'all. So talk about that, just what the specialness of Pasco County football is about.
Yeah, I think Pasco County football is grown tremendously in the last maybe 5 to 8 years in regards to, and especially having more athletic kids. And I think sometimes there's universities and colleges that maybe they fly into Tampa and they hit the Hillsborough County schools, but Pasco County has some talent, and we've done as a entire group, we've done good things in the playoffs and made a name for ourselves in the state of Florida in competing against the high caliber teams.
No, absolutely here. And as Chris alluded to, about the defense here, one thing that really, actually two things that stand out to me is obviously 33 sacks through 8 games. Kyrie Everett, 13 sacks right there. And your interceptions. Y'all are ball hawks. I mean, in 11 interceptions in 8 games. I mean, be it the sacks, be it the turnovers, y'all, this is what we were talking about, shutdown defense, and that's what y'all been playing. And then how did, when you look at it specifically with the South Sumter game, everybody knows South Sumter's going to be a tough challenge. How did y'all game plan with South Sumter, given the fact that, they've got a great environment, a great crowd every Friday night up there in Bushnell?
Yeah, we, Matt Smith and I, especially, I mean, we tried to, their personnel groupings was really important because they go really tempo. And so we tried to maximize our skill set and based on their formations to make our kids have the best success or the most success by whatever the formation they I think they ran like 8 or 9 formations. We tried to make sure that we were balanced and not out leveraged for each of those formations.
So you guys have been flying under the radar, one of the few undefeated teams that have been flying under the radar. How important is it for you guys to stay undefeated and keep that winning streak going?
Yeah, I mean, it's really important because I guess I don't really look at the rankings of the regions or whatever, but I was told today that I think Jones is 1 and I believe we're 2. So I think it's important that we've obviously finished the season. It would be great to go 10-0, and I mean, you just never know if we could get that number one seed in, obviously we wouldn't have to travel. So every game is really important. And, we don't have many times at Zephyrhills High School where we're undefeated. And so we talk about our kids leaving their legacy and their mark and how important that is. And, we got to win on Friday, and then we'll look next week to Port Charlotte, which is a really good football team, but we need to take care of business on Friday first.
Yeah, take care of the business on Friday against Fivay, Port Charlotte to close us out the regular season. And Coach, let me get into a hot button topic, because obviously I got your opinion with the survey with the Florida Coaches Coalition, but it's about the topic of classifications, because a lot of people love the Metro Suburban. Obviously, y'all were on the suburban side of it when it was done, but. For y'all, I know one of the downsides of winning in the smaller districts is that you got to find games, you got to find opponents. I mean, so what do you feel like the FHA really needs to kind of hone in on here, especially with reclassification topics? The topic is going to be coming up here in less than 2 weeks at their next board meeting.
Well, I really like Metro and Suburban, because I believe, if I'm not, I think is how it went, was they took the 8 biggest counties and then divided them, correct?
It was based on population density, but it was pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. I just think the Lake Wales and the Zephyrhills and, the smaller local teams that are not, a ton of community or a lot of population, I think it's a little bit more fair for those guys to get the opportunity to play for a state title than us or any team going. If you're right at 1,700 cusp, enrollment wise, and you're going to play another team that's 2,500, and they're notorious for traditional, state final runs and all that stuff. I just think it's a little bit more fair playing level for those teams that have 2 and 3 good years, to where they can make a run at something that, for the most part, is not normally available for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, as one of our fans, because they're excited about I know y'all want to look ahead, but this week's game is at 5A. Next week, they will be hosting Port Charlotte at home. So just to answer that question in the chat, because again, we got a lot of followers here following this. But Coach, I agree with you on that, because it really is one of those things, because we saw a lot of close matchups in that Metro Suburban. So I mean, here's hoping that some things happen here. That will get better. We'll get the competition back together. But when just going back and looking at everything, have you found it difficult for you here in this stretch that during these past when you set the schedule, when they kind of flipped it around? Is it just that you got teams that are especially since they're in Pasco County, they're willing to play you? Because I know other teams, I know a lot of schools, that when you start winning, schools want to deflect and say, hey, no, we're sorry, we're not scheduling it anymore.
Yeah, that becomes it's frustrating when I think we have 14 schools in our county, and there's only 4 that reach back out to you, because now we got to travel, and it sometimes you're at the mercy of the bus garage, and the bus garage doesn't come to 6 o'clock. Well, I'll give you a great example. Denellen, we played Denellen 2 years ago, and the bus didn't come till almost 6:20. We had to go all the way up to Denellen, and we didn't get there at 7:45, and we played at 8:10.
Oh,
I mean, so I mean, it would be great if the local county would make sure that before we go to Polk County and Hillsborough County or Pinellas County, it would be really good if they could make sure that we play more local as much as we can, and then have the availability to play the Lake Wales or Auburndale or Denellen or wherever, because it does get frustrating, because you're almost punished for having good years, because now those other teams in the county want to play you. So now you have to go up and up to play really good teams that if they're consistent every year and they always bring back a talent pool that is huge, but if you have a lopsided year the next year because you graduate 26 seniors, I mean, that's not necessarily fair. If that wheel is going to where you may have a down year, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Real quick, on a follow up, and I know Chris has got another question. Would it help if the districts were bigger too?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Because now you're not searching for 5 and 6 different games. Because I mean, I have some guys that they're going to play us every year because they're competitive people and they want to play the best teams in Pasco County. But then there's a bunch that you reach out to them and you get no response back. But if the districts were bigger, then you wouldn't have to go outside to get 3 and 4 or 5 or 6 games, because if the district was 6 or 7, now you got a bye week. So now you're really only searching for 2 or 3.
Absolutely.
Yeah, piggybacking off of the realignment talk, how do you think the playoff system should look, especially with the way it's structured now? It's kind of broken. What do you see in the future for playoff structure?
Say that one. So what do I say? Because this phone.
What do you see in the future with the playoff picture, based upon it? It's broken, and especially with the way the Max Preps rankings are. Well, the FSA Power rankings are, because I know there's a lot of controversy behind it.
I'll be honest. I haven't even looked at those rankings.
Wow.
So I mean, I don't know. I know you guys talk about like this algorithm and what is higher than the other, and is the strength of schedule, the opponents, are they undefeated, or is it wins and losses? Like, I don't know. I can't control that. So
I have no idea, because I'm still trying to figure out the FHA algorithm myself, at least what goes into it. Nobody exactly knows what goes into it.
Yeah. I tell you another thing that I was surprised. If you don't really know, I mean, the last ranking will come out that I believe probably Tuesday after the regular season's over, but then they don't do the actual playoff bracket till November 6th. So I'm confused why they waited till the Thursday after the regular season to do that playoff bracket. Well,
they're giving game. I'll answer that question real quick. They're not going to release that. They're not going to release that updated ranking on the 4th, but they got games. There are some teams that are making up games on the 4th that are.
Oh, okay.
So they need that, and I think they're just going to give the time to make sure that everything's correct, and then release the bracket. So, but hopefully nothing will knock off the plan on the rail. But I know that, from my understanding, is that they want to make sure that teams, because some teams are going to have to play Thursday.
Yeah.
Games that they give them at least a week, because that was a common complaint that when they did it Friday last year, some teams still had less than a week to prepare. Yeah, that was what my big thing was too. So I mean, if we're done, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to prepare, but yet we don't even know who we're playing. And you may have an idea of 5 different teams that have 5 different playbooks. Yeah, for sure, definitely. I mean, that was one thing. But we didn't know that so far. Knock on wood, we haven't had any hurricanes this season that would damper us making up a lot of games. I know there's somewhat on the East Coast and maybe in South Florida that they had to make up, and that's probably why they're waiting that long to release that bracket. No, absolutely. But Coach, again, y'all got Fivay this week for the district championship, Port Charlotte next week, and that'll close out the regular season for y'all. And with that said, we're excited to see how this regular season finishes for y'all, and we're excited to see what the postseason will look like for y'all as well. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you guys doing high school football, man. There's no. The newspaper is basically non-existent, and it stinks for these kids. They don't get a lot of pubs. So, it's great for you guys to do this for our kids. No, we appreciate it, and we love high school football, and we'll continue to do this as long as everybody supports us on the other end as well. So thank you, Coach, so much for taking some time out of your busy schedule, and best of luck to the Bulldogs the final 2 weeks of the regular season. All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. You're welcome. Take care. Yep. All right. That was head coach Nick Carroll of the Zephyrhills Bulldogs joining us here. And I love it when coaches can give us their opinions, and especially when they're so passionate about what they do and what's going on. And is the FHA still doing the built-in bye week before the playoffs? Yes, Emery. That's why the playoff brackets will come out November 6th. And teams that, who have got to play are going to have to schedule games on that following week on that Thursday. They'll at least get 1 week to prepare, because that was a complaint for some schools, is that they only had 6 days, not 7 days to get ready.
Yeah.
So
and Mark is making me laugh here with that comment about his wife. So
oh no. Oh no. All right. We got to take a break, and we're coming back. We're doing the pick six and then wrapping it up for this Tuesday night here. We'll be right back here on the Tampa Bay edition of the Blitz here.
I've been thinking about this for a long time. I thought, if that's out there, I want to make sure I see it and I get involved in it, because to me, this was music to my ears. I was blown away. When you look at today's kid, the millennium kid, they learn by being able to see it. If I can see it, there's a great chance that I can do it. The First Down Playbook is a tool that can essentially change the way we teach the game.
Box Out gives you the ability to create graphics at the speed of sports to highlight your athletic department, teams, and student athletes in seconds. Used and trusted by Notre Dame, Ohio State, UConn, Marquette, Georgetown, and many more of the top college brands in the country. If you want your school's brand to stand out through all the clutter, start your free demo at boxoutsports.com.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with a free ScoreStream mobile app. Download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Get ready for the 2026 Coach of the Year Clinics. This February and March, see top collegiate coaches, learn from the best, and take your program to the next level. Don't miss America's most respected coaching clinics.
All right, welcome back here to the Tampa Bay edition of the Blitz here on FortHSFootball.com. And everybody says, yes, Josh does a lot for the high school football in this state. Greatly appreciate what he does. Coach was right. And Chris has been a big help, too. And Chris was a lot of inspiration almost 16 years ago. It's hard to believe it's been that long, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, it's been almost 25 years for me. So,
and we're big on this high school football. I mean, obviously Chris has a lot of roots with Texas, but also Florida. And myself, and I have been Florida all the way, all my life here. And I got to tell you, we're working. Obviously we got state championship stuff. We've got obviously a lot of state, playoff stuff to coming up here. Obviously the final 2 weeks of the regular season as well. And then working on, obviously I've got to start preparing for growth flag football season, because schedules will start coming rolling out here over the next couple of months, all state teams. So just because regular season ends doesn't mean we stop working here. There's a lot here. And changes
we've got a lot coming too.
A lot of coaching changes are going to start firing off. And also, the coaches moving van, I've already put up 3 coaching changes. It's already up on the website. I've got to put a more permanent spot for it, but it's already up with coaching changes in 3 spots already that we know that are openings. Obviously, Norland being one of those, and then Eustis and Orangewood Christian over in the Central Florida section. So those we'll talk about more tomorrow night. But there's a lot here, and it goes. It's constantly busy. So again, Also, we would, again, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors, tell your loved ones, tell your distant relatives, wherever they may be. If they like high school football, especially from the Sunshine State, they will appreciate what we do here. Also, those who like girls flag football, because girls flag football is growing in popularity. And I believe the FHA could be potentially, by the way, between the 4 classifications and independents, could be at almost 500 teams before the season starts in mid-February.
Yeah, not to mention the NFL is actually starting a professional flag football league for both men and women. So.
Yeah, it will be interesting to watch as things happen. So that you can tell where things are headed here, and we're going to be a part of that as we roll along here. So with that said, it is time for our pick 6 as we roll into week number 10 here, and I'll tell you this. We got some really interesting games here, a lot that's going to decide playoff spots or determine playoff spots, not just the SSA, but also in the FHA. First up is Sefter Christian 7-2, St. Pete Catholic 8-0. St. Pete Catholic, a 21-point favorite over the visiting Crusaders, 96% win probability. Quick pick on this one. Where do you go, Chris, on this?
I like St. Petersburg Catholic. They've been on a roll. And I don't see any reason for them not to continue to.
And the chat is rolling with us in the computer. SPC all the way. Reno going SPC as well. All right, up next we have Largo 5-3, Eastlake 5-2. Largo 4-point favorite. This game could go either way. Largo 65% win probability. Eastlake 35%. Chris.
I'm going to go against the grain here. I like what Eastlake's doing, especially at home. It's at Eastlake, so give me Eastlake.
I know Reno's philosophy, and usually he would say would go probably. He's going to go Eastlake here on this one and go against it because Eastlake's at home. You know what? This one's tough because this is a matter of playoff positioning or being out of the playoffs for both of these teams. Give me Eastlake. I'm going against the computer here, but don't be surprised if Largo wins this one. You know what? This next one is interesting. People, I see a couple of spots for Largo, a couple for Eastlake in the chat. This next one, the computer is saying Alonzo 2 over Sumner. If this game was at Alonzo, I would take Alonzo every day of the week. This is at Sumner.
Yeah, and I'm going against the computer on this one too.
I'm going to go against.
I'm going Sumner with the.
I'm going against the computer on this one, but don't be surprised if Alonzo pulls this one off. Don't be surprised. By the way, guess what's up next? Big Polk County rivalry in the southern end of Polk County. It is Frostproof and Fort Meade time. Frostproof is a 12-point favorite over Fort Meade as Frostproof wraps up their regular season in the SSA Atlantic Division South League. Frostproof 87% win probability. Fort Meade 13%. Bulldogs or Miners?
A team in highlighter colors, you're going to win this thing. Give me Frostproof.
Well, Frostproof is Chris's pick. I'm going Frostproof as well. I think it'll be close. It's not an easy game by any means. This is a rivalry game, but don't be surprised if Fort Meade wins it. But Reno will take Frostproof as well. All right, and I see Emory is going Fort Meade. A couple people are going Fort Meade. Mark Canna as well. Gully's going Frostproof. So it's Travis Henry playing. Wow. Talk about bringing a name from the past up. Wow. One of the best running backs that has played in this state here. Wow. All right. Well, let's just go ahead and throw all the marbles down on that 6A division down that's in Southwest Florida. I think it's 6A. I want to say it's 6A 10 or 6A 11. I can't remember the number off right now. Hold on. Actually, you know what? I've got it right here. If I just pull up the papers real quick, I can tell you what district it is real quick because I know it's Region 3. I will tell you real quick here, and that is District 11. So I was correct. District 11. Okay. District 11, Palmetto 6-1, Leonard 7-1. Palmetto's a 1-point favorite over Leonard. Win probability 51%. By the way, Palmetto, this will be one of two games they play in like for 4 days. Same goes for Alonzo. Alonzo in Palmetto will be making up their game on Monday. And Palmetto is a bigger favorite in that one, but Palmetto 1-point favorite in this one over Leonard, who suffered their first loss to the hands of Parish Community last week. Where do we go with this one, Chris?
I think Palmetto is going to be struggling in this game because of that lack of rest here. Or give me Leonard at home.
Well, this game comes up first here, so do you want to think about that one for a second?
Yeah, no, I'll take Leonard anyway. Leonard's going to win at home.
Wow. All right. I know Reno would take Leonard here because he didn't see me all his picks, but this one's hard for me because Palmetto's good, but I think Leonard's going to be upset that they lost to Parish last week, and they're going to cause havoc to that district. Give me the Longhorns in this one. All right. Last but not least, this is a big district game here. This is District 3A7 that we're going to talk about here. Weeki-Wachee 7-1, Hernando 6-2. By the way, both teams are not even in the top 8 in 3A Region 2. Don't ask me how. This is where I have big questions about strength of schedule. What because if it's about wins, why are they not higher? But then you're putting the strength of schedule situation here. Both of these, but Weeki-Wachee is a 4-point favorite. This could go either way. Oh man.
I like Weeki-Wachee in this game, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Hernando outright win it. But yeah, give me Weeki-Wachee.
Yeah, I'm going Weeki-Wachee as well. Reno will go Hernando, and again, anything can happen here as we finish up our pick 6 here for week number 10. Oh gosh, Chris, it is hard to believe it is week number 10. Those well, they got the Mermaids in Weeki-Wachee. Yes.
I give up.
Huh?
I give up on that one.
With Weeki-Wachee?
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, as we wrap it up here, any final thoughts here, Chris?
Oh, decision week. It's here.
Yeah, it's hard to believe we've been through 5 shows here. By the way, I was counting it up here. I think this week here, I was looking at it so far. Coming into this one, we had done 84 shows. After the night, we've done 89, and we'll have our 100. Well, out of all the shows we've done, we'll have had 100 shows come next week that we have done live. So
that's quite an impressive number.
Yep. Well, great night, fellas. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, Mark Cannon. Appreciate you, Nola, Emery, everybody else that has been watching across our social media platforms. Appreciate y'all joining us here on the Tampa Bay edition of the Blitz, and we'll see you tomorrow night back starting at 7:30 for the Central Florida Blitz. I'll have more of the guests lined up tomorrow. I'm kind of running behind this week, but we'll have guests lined up here for tomorrow night for our shows. But we'll be back at 7:30 for Central Florida Blitz starting tomorrow night. All right. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you.